get their feelings hurt and then they don't want to come here, get their feelings hurt.
One of the nastiest countries to deal with is Canada. Canada was meant to be the 51st state. They need us, we don't need them.
On the news, all these American businesses complaining that Canadians aren't coming down for holidays. We're not spending money down there anymore. You know why we're not doing that, right? Isn't a surprise, right? Like, have you been listening to the news lately? You shouldn't be shocked that we don't want to spend money down there. And also the American news keeps saying like Canadians aren't traveling. No, we are traveling. We're just not traveling to the US. We're traveling to Europe. We're traveling to Asia. We're going down to Mexico, that other country that you hate. For a trip to basically California, to stay there, to spend money there for a week or even 2. I could probably go 3 weeks to Australia. I could probably go 3 weeks to Tokyo. And it sucks because, I mean, I would go to Florida in a second. Also, I could also just go to Mexico where they're not trying to make us the 51st state. But it's like, how do you not understand that the math isn't mathing? Your president wants to forcefully take us over by war, by tariffs. He doesn't respect our prime ministers, calling them governor. And he just really seems to not respect us at all. Wouldn't be a surprise that we don't want to go on the news all these.
Why are Canadians not traveling to America? Could it be because of Trump's annexation threats towards Canada and wanting to make it the 51st state? Or is it perhaps the exchange rate with the dollar or the bad weather? That's a tough one. Let me think. I'm obviously being sarcastic here. But Trump and MAGA still can't seem to understand why Canadians are boycotting American and not traveling to the US anymore. And yes, it has absolutely everything to do with threatening to make Canada the 51st state. Also calling Prime Minister Trudeau as Governor Trudeau and generally showing no respect towards Canada. I mean, you saw the video clip. Trump called Canada the nastiest country. I mean, what happened to the America-Canadian friendship? We had the best friendship out of 2 countries in the entire world could have before Trump became president. And now it's all ruined. Now we don't trade with each other no more. We don't visit each other anymore. So it's like, thanks, Trump, but I mean, you're the cause of all this. So, I mean... Guys, if you enjoyed this type of content, if you enjoyed my video, please like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to hit that notification bell. We're a small channel that's still growing, and your help matters a lot. Thank you so much.
The United States can't subsidize a country for $200 billion a year. We don't need their cars. We don't need their energy. We don't need their lumber. We don't need anything that they give. We do it because we want to be helpful, but it comes a point when you just can't do that. You have to run your own country. And to be honest with you, Canada only works as a state. It doesn't. We don't need anything they have. United States.
So what's the most aggressively liberal state doing to win their neighbors back?
There's the stickers to attract Canadian tourists, just to let them know that we're Canadian friendly.
Not every idea is going to be a winner.
We've got a sign on our door. Canadians are welcome.
This isn't an ice trap, is
No,
it?
no.
It's like with cops and prostitutes.
Yeah,
you have to tell me
absolutely.
if I ask you. Are you a prostitute?
Yeah, no, I'm not, I swear.
Traditionally, this is Church Street, and so City Council just voted to rename it as Canada Street.
You're putting country over God.
Yes, actually, I had not thought about it in those terms.
Whatever it takes to get those loonies.
We're doing some free parking stuff for them.
But you got to think bigger than free parking.
What about our naked person thing?
Do you have a naked person
Yes,
thing?
we do. In this town, you can walk around naked.
Yeah, do you think maybe the naked people is a reason Canadians don't visit as much?
Going to America. We're not spending our money there. It's Canada first, baby.
On social media, Canadians are loud and proud about boycotting trips to the U.S.
Flights, accommodation.
Michelle Porter is among them. She had a Florida trip for herself and 6 family members all booked. But Donald Trump's tariff threats changed everything.
I just can't.
Going to America.
Vermont has seen the largest decline of Canadian tourists out of all 50 states, and that decline has been by 80%. Can you imagine that? 80% less Canadian tourists, and Vermont heavily depends on those Canadian tourists. And what are they doing now? Well, look at the pictures here. They're renaming streets to Canada Street, and they even have a sign there. It says, "Welcome to Canada Street." It's like, whoa, dude, like that has absolutely nothing to do with why Canadians are not visiting Vermont. And if you think, see, these people, they think these cheap tricks are gonna make Canadians want to come back And that lady in the video, she said like free parking. Wait, what? Free parking? And putting up the Canadian flag on like shop windows? No, these are cheap tricks, and Canadians aren't coming back because this has everything to do with Trump's rhetoric. And these people in Vermont that want to bring the Canadians back, maybe they should write to President Trump and have him like apologize to Canada. Maybe, I mean, that would be a good start. I mean, if they really wanted the Canadian tourists back, I mean, that would be just a start, though. That doesn't mean the tourists would come back. Probably not. But I mean, renaming streets and just like giving free incentives to Canadians, I mean, that's not bringing anyone back because Canadians aren't visiting on principle. It has nothing to do with the exchange rate, with the bad weather. It has nothing to do with the people of Vermont. It has nothing to do with how cheap things are or how expensive they are. No, this is because on principle, because Canadians don't want to be annexed, and they're boycotting America, because by visiting America, that means that the Canadian money would be financing the Trump administration, which wants to annex them. So it just doesn't really make sense. Like, why would you give money into the pocket of the nation that wants to annex you, that wants to invade you? So you see, this is kind of like, are we going to be a free nation or are we going to be like an annexed, occupied nation? So it just makes no sense for them to visit and give money to to Americans right now, because it's like, because America is like, hey, we want your land and stuff. So yeah, I mean, obviously they're not going to be visiting. I mean, they're not that dumb, and these people in Vermont think just one street and one shiny sign of Canada Street is going to bring them back, but it ain't.
Threat of annexation by, this very powerful militarized ally, we took it very, very seriously. And honestly, it's frightening.
Morrison has happy memories of her many American vacations, but now she's staying home.
We don't have a lot of tools. And, well, tourism is one of the tools that we have.
I feel that I've been slapped across the face by this president.
Quebecer Harold White has vacationed in Maine for the last 6 decades. This year, he canceled his annual trip.
And I have many U.S. friends, American friends, that I will not be seeing in person for a while because of this. But that's c'est la vie, as we say here in Quebec.
Threat of annexation.
Absence affects even non-tourism businesses.
What's devastating is when they come, there's an economic impact to our community. Towns will benefit positively.
Because they eat and shop and sleep and...
Gallons of maple syrup.
Absence effects.
In the ski lifts, I had many friendly conversations, which frequently touched on politics. I often apologized for Donald Trump's acrimonious language and tariffs and pointed out that less than a third of Vermonters had voted for them. I hope that they would continue to visit and feel welcome. Pete, lastly, you spoke to folks at J. Peak and a number of other businesses, as we've mentioned. Are there any other specific conversations that stick out to you from that reporting?
Yeah, Steve Wright is the president of J. Peak Resort, and he says that among Canadian ski pass holders, early sales for next winter season's passes are down by 80%, 80%. And he actually has been calling the heads of those households to find out, why aren't you booking? And he said, almost to a person, it's not because of the taxes, it's not because of the currency exchange, it's not because of trouble crossing the border. He said it's because of the challenge to their sovereignty by our administration. And so there's a growing sense in places like the Northeast Kingdom especially that it is going to be a rough summer ahead as it relates to tourism dollars coming in from Canada.
In the ski lifts,
I mean, what can I say? MAGA effed around, and now MAGA is finding out that Canadians are serious when they see Trump's threat of annexation as a serious threat and not just as a joke, as Trump sees it, because MAGA sees that as a joke. They think the 51st state thing is just a funny joke to them, but MAGA just can't comprehend that Canadians see it differently. And for them, it's just like, for MAGA, it's just a joke. But I mean, you saw the video the guy in the video has been phoning Canadians, and they're telling him it's because of the sovereignty. They want to be able to keep their sovereignty, and they see Trump's words as real. And that's why they are not about to be bankrolling their potential occupiers. That's not how it works. But MAGA can't seem to understand that, because for MAGA, it's just a funny joke. It's just trolling. And that's all there is to it. So now Vermont has to suffer because of MAGA. And you know, the worst part of all this is Vermont is a blue state. In Vermont, over two-thirds of voters did not vote for Trump. Only less than 1/3 of voters voted for Trump in Vermont. But now, because of MAGA, even states like blue states like Vermont that fully support Canada, now they have to economically suffer too. So this is a result of MAGA effing around and basically screwing over the entire country. So now the entire country of America is finding out, but only because of the MAGAs. Because the normal, regular Americans who did not vote this, who did not support this, and want nothing to do with this, they still have to suffer just as much as the MAGAs do. So, I mean, that's how it is. So, before you go, thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate for everyone who made it this far into the video. You're great. Thank you so much. And before you go, if you're Canadian, are you visiting the US this year, or are you visiting other countries such as Europe, Australia, or any other countries, and not the US? Please let me know what you think in the comments. And one last thing before you go. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Please, if you like this type of content, please like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to hit the notification bell. We're still a small channel, and we need all the help you can get. If you watched it so far, all my video, thank you so much. I really appreciate and respect you.